welcome back to Runs and Drives Speed Shop. I'm Chris. We are up in Glenwood, Iowa at the home of Skyline Boots. Working on Skyline some more. We got some more parts in. And first off, you know, it's a pain in the butt when you get to a car meet. You got to get out, pop your hood in the dark and try to look for your hood prop and all that. Well, we went ahead and got some G-Ling shocks. This is a complete kit. Comes with brackets, everything. It only takes 2 tools to put them on. So we're going to put these on today. And then here, we have an HKS Superflow and a whole lot of writing in Japanese. What did I say? 1,000 horsepower? Nah, don't believe it. But this is actually imported from Japan, not your Canon air filter from O'Reilly's or anything like that. So we're gonna throw this on because that's what Skylines need is HKS. Put these on and then see what else we need to do to this car while we're around. So these look simple to install because according to the picture, that goes there and that goes up here on the hood. However, G-Ling doesn't know how to measure because we're, you know, in freedom fractions, we're like 3 inches too short. And I went back, I checked the instruction manual. It does say Skyline GTR R33 93 through 98. So maybe the 93s are a different body style, so maybe this bolt is in a different location, but it's definitely 3 inches too short. So what we'll do is later on, we'll get a drill bit and a tap and we'll make another hole right here and move this up, and then everything should line up correctly and should bolt in. So I'm gonna put that on the back burner for right now. And we'll move on to the 1,000 horsepower HKS intake. So if you're from the continental United States, this is basically a K&N, but I like how they made their filter because it's 3 pieces instead of pleated. Oh, we can do Japanese Sudoku later on. Clamps for the, looks like the clamps for the tubes. It's like Christmas. Oh yeah, okay. Yep, there's the mounting bracket. Clamps, hoses, brackets. Man, that's a nice kit. Wow. You're not just... Okay, I might take back a little bit of the snarkiness because, you know, K&N just gives you a cone and a hose clamp and maybe a bushing. And this kit gives you actual hardware to mount it up. Here's the actual filter. Let me see if I can get that out of there. Come on. Ah, yes, here it is. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep, I take it all back. So instead of a cone and a rubber boot, oh, wow. This entire thing is mounted on a nice hard metal base bracket, bolted in. 3 layers of foam. This is a nice set. Highly recommend this set. So, and then in a future video, stay tuned, and we're going to fabricate a custom cold air box for Skyline out of aluminum. But for right now, we'll just get this all put in. Mass airflow sensor looks good. All right, as I was saying, what we're doing is we're replacing the air box. And so this is your mass airflow sensor, and this is the aluminum plate that they supply, plus 2 brackets, one here and one here to support it. So you're not putting any pressure on your mass airflow, and then you got your rubber boot and your filter itself, which will put it right down here in the corner. So the whole assembly will stick in about right here and get rid of all of this plastic. All right, so we're gonna get this air box out. A couple things to know. There's 4 bolts. There's one hidden way back underneath here, way down below that you got to get. 1 here and 2 in the front. Now, you don't want to go get all Yankee on this thing because you've got your hose clamp for your mass airflow sensor right here, and you need to unplug this too so you don't pull these wires out. Those are the 2 main things to know about it. This can stay in place because we're going to leave this in place. helps bring cold air in, and we don't want to like get rid of anything like that, especially with the heat that this thing produces off the turbo. So we're gonna leave this in place. We're gonna get this pulled out. I get that clamp off and those unplugged, and we'll have put this on the bench and get it all taken apart and get the mass airflow sensor off. Now you just got to get this hose prized off the box, and you want to do it carefully because inside of here, this is your mass airflow sensor. This is just a screen to keep all of your debris out of there, because you do not want to damage that wire and resistor inside there. You damage that, your air fuel ratio goes to hell, drivability goes bad, and these are not cheap. So always want to be careful doing that. So we're going to go ahead and separate this from the airbox itself, and then this will go back on, and then we'll start putting our HKS parts. All right, so we have the airbox, mass airflow sensor assembly apart, and then here's the kit. Now, another thing I want to say is that this is quality. This is all stainless hardware. Stainless bolts, washers, brackets, aluminum mounting plate, the whole 9 yards. So this kit's really straightforward. You're gonna mount this to your lock washers. You're gonna mount that. You're gonna leave the old hardware off. Put that in your put that back in the box with your other JDM parts that you want to keep, just in case. Basically, we'll get all of these started and tightened up, and then what's going to happen is that'll fit there. Put your brackets on, and then your cone filter is going to go right here. So this is a quality set. Actually, HKS knocked it out of the park with this, especially when you have a bunch of stainless here. A lot of the, you know, they could have done black iron and painted it, and eventually it would have rust. But with this set, no rust whatsoever. It's going to last the lifetime of the car. All right, so we have the mass airflow sensor in. We don't have anything tight. Have this here. We test fitted some of the brackets because there's 3 different variations that you can use, and we found the ones that will work for us. So this is your back bracket. And the only drawback to this kit right now that I'm finding is that these brackets are kind of fiddly. You know, they're not. If it was a specific kit, I think we could probably engineer something that's a little more sturdy. But so you can see that. That goes there with your original airbox hardware-ish. There you go. Like so. And then this one is going to pick up that clamp, and it's going to come down to either that one, or it can come up to this one, which I think we're going to pick that one right there. And these 2 bolt holes right here will pick up your original hardware for your airbox. They did supply stainless fasteners for it. We'll probably use those just to keep it all the same instead of the gold. But that's the gist of it. So let me fiddle around with this and get these things all tightened up, and we'll show you the end product install. So as I was saying before, the clips, the old set, you had 1 screw that went into like a stainless steel spring clip, and then you just clipped it in, and that's all it kept up in there. These are actually rubberized brackets, 2 screws go in there and they form around. So if it's not totally flat, you do have some wiggle room, and I believe these are superior to one of those clip-in pieces that do lose their spring and they let loose, and they drop your neon while you're driving down the road, which is kind of embarrassing. So these are definitely superior. lots of cleaning. Lots of cleaning. I think that's high enough. I'm gonna put it right here, right on the underside of the, what do you call that? Lost my mind for a minute.
Side skirts.
Side skirts. Yeah, side skirts. Yeah, those things that you put on import cars.
So you may hear a hissing from your trunk when you're doing your underglow. What is that hissing from? Is it when the LED interacts with the atmosphere? Is that?
No, it might be an interaction of the drill bit going through the trunk floor, and we forgot to take the spare tire out.
Whoops.
Oops.
You know. Listen, this is what sound failure sounds like.
Big fail.
It happens, you know.
Oh.
My boy. What have they done to my boy? I hear it. Right there it is. That's what this job is, basically. Now it's just this.